Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief, APGAINS, and I'm going to teach you guys the top 5 best first Zetas that you should apply on your account no matter what. This is how you're going to become the greatest Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes player of all time. And I'll give you some other tips along the way, and hopefully you enjoy it. Really quickly, it is a GAC off-season, which means we are doing a meme review on Reddit with Arnold T101. So if you guys want to submit your memes for this meme review, r/APGAINS, or if you look in the description, there will be a link. Let's hop into the game and talk about top 5 Zetas. Now, this is not just going to be the 5 best Zetas. This is going to be the 5 best Zetas plus some information to help you guys make further Zeta decisions in the future or plan out your first 5 Zetas if you want to go a different route for whatever reason. Now, here's the one thing. The Merciless Massacre Zeta for Darth Vader is the best and most important Zeta in the entire game, no matter what, for new players. Doesn't matter what you're farming, doesn't matter if you want to be good, doesn't matter if you want to be bad. This is a Zeta you have to get. Everyone knows that. We're just going to throw that in there really quickly so that there's no confusion one way or the other. Doesn't matter if you're Russian, bam, Russian SLKR, Russian Jawas. Does not matter. Darth Vader, Merciless Massacre, best Zeta in the game. Now, what should be your next Zeta? Now, I've always recommended that there are 2 really good starting teams, CLS, Padme. Those teams, you want to throw some Zetas. The Zetas make that team a little bit better, and you can do some good stuff with those Zetas. Now, here's where it changes a little bit and how I've evolved and become smarter as I've progressed in my Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes journey. Of course, you could go in the SWGOH guides playlist on my channel, find the best free-to-play farming guide, and have the most efficient, best GAC team possible and always dominate your opponents. But these days, a lot of players want to farm, fun and wacky stuff that makes them happy. Rush a GL for whatever reason, rush a character that they like, and I understand that, and so I'm adapting this. So we're going to teach you how to actually pick what your first Zeta should be, as opposed to just outright telling you exactly what you should farm just because it's the most efficient, and instead giving you that agency to make those decisions for yourselves. So, let's say we're rushing a team. Doesn't matter if it's a Galactic Legend, doesn't matter if it's Gas, doesn't matter if it's CLS, whatever. We're rushing a team, we have to think, after we've farmed all the requirements, what are the characters we're going to have, and what characters, or what squads are we going to make from those requirements? So if we're saying we're going for Commander Luke Skywalker, CLS, what are the characters we're going to need to get that, not just the character himself, but the full team? Now, let's just hop into Rebels to make this a little bit easier for you guys to visualize. So the CLS team generally consists of Commander Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, Han Solo, 3PO and Chewie, and then C-3PO, which I don't actually have on Nicole's early game most efficient free-to-play account of all time. Progressing and hopefully staying at the best free-to-play account in the game. First 3 Zetas should probably be on the 3 most important characters you're going to have. So let's say that this is our starting team as an example. This, for you guys who are rushing SLKR, this could be your Kylo Ren Unmasked, your Kylo Ren, your Hux, the Red Trooper, and then First Order, whatever. Insert the last 5th. This could be, a Sith Eternal Emperor squad where this is like a bunch of random Empire characters. It doesn't matter. We're just using the CLS team as an example. So you have to identify what is the most impactful Zeta that actually changes the team. Now, a lot of people, for a lot of teams, is going to be the leadership slot. So, like if we went to Galactic Republic up here, which I used to have Padme Galactic Republic slightly ahead of CLS. Once 3PO and Chewie got added to the game, they actually swapped spots. So it used to be that Padme's 2 leadership Zetas were the 2nd and 3rd Zetas you should get after Darth Vader because they just revolutionized the way that the Padme team works. Because of some changes to some new characters, changing some teams up a little bit, accelerated rate coming to the game where you unlock characters faster, I've changed my opinion. For this account, we still went Padme double Zeta first. But for most teams, it's the leadership Zeta. But for example, on the CLS team, what's the most impactful Zeta that really changes the way the team is played? It's not the CLS Zeta. It's the Chewbacca Zeta. It's the Chewbacca Zeta Loyal Friend, which allows you to recover health and protection every time he attacks. This is actually one of the most game-changing Zetas in that it actually changes the way you utilize a team. Recovery is super important in early GAC to get those 60, 62, 63 banners, depending on undersizes, as opposed to just, not having the Zeta and getting 58, 55, or even undersizing and taking no damage, only taking 59 banners home. So this Zeta is super important. So you have to identify which Zeta on the team is actually going to be the singular most beneficial. If we went to like a First Order team, since a lot of you guys are rushing First Order, I don't have any First Order because not the most efficient way to play the game, and I tend to stay away from them. Do you want to have, a Sith Trooper Zeta? Do you want to have a Hux Zeta? Do you want to have a Crew Zeta? I actually don't really care too much about these characters, so I'm not going to comment on which of their Zetas is the most important, but it would probably be one of the crew Zetas that just pre-taunts and makes the team a little bit more powerful. But a lot of the Zetas across the board for First Order are not super amazing. So you've applied your first Zeta, Merciless Massacre. You've applied your second Zeta, the most impactful Zeta. Now what do we want to do with our second, our third, our fourth, and our fifth Zetas? Now, if you're following the APGAINS Approved Farming Guide, you're probably going to go like a Jedi Knight Anakin. You're probably one of the Revens, maybe the Revive Zeta on Jolie Bindo, maybe the Bosk Leadership Zeta for recovery because that really changes the way the team is played. Maybe you throw it on Han Solo because you have a CLS team that's really, really powerful compared to the other characters. The second and third Zetas are actually going to be a decision you're going to have to make. You're either going to have to apply more Zetas to the same team to make that team extra viable. So if it's a team like Padme, you want to go second Zeta, third Zeta, Padme's leaderships, and then, second and third, because we already had Merciless Massacre. Then fourth is going to be Anakin, and then that fifth is going to be utility, right? But if we're going, First Order, you can spread them across, because if you're rushing a First Order squad, you're probably only going to have one good team. The First Order squad in general is kind of like a F to D tier team. But if they're your only good team, you're gonna stack a couple of Zetas on that squad. If you're going CLS, you're gonna go Chewbacca, Han Solo, and maybe one of the Luke Skywalker Zetas. If you're rushing something else, you're gonna actually have to determine what those second and third utility Zetas are. Now, when we get to the fourth and fifth Zetas, if we follow the APGAINS Approved Farming Guide, we're probably gonna go Bosk Leadership ability. Allows when you apply debuffs to recover health and protection. Similar to Chewbacca, this is going to increase our banners, allow for undersizes, increase viability on the team as a whole, and allow us to dominate GAC more often. Or you're going to go Jolie Bindo's Revive Zeta because maybe you pushed Jedi Knight Revan before Darth Revan, and you want to have that Revive to increase longevity across the team, make it punch up, really good against General Grievous counters and counters that take a little bit longer, maybe do more damage. So those fourth and fifth Zetas are actually going to usually go away from your primary team, away from your best team. So if you're farming First Order, maybe those fourth and fifth Zetas go towards the CLS squad or the Bounty Hunter squad or whatever other squad, the Darth Revan's squad that you might have. So that's how I generally break down the first five Zetas. Merciless Massacre, 2 for primary team. Depending on if the primary team has like a double leadership Zeta or 2 really important Zetas, that fourth slot can probably go same team, and then that fifth slot is a flex to a different team to increase that team's general viability, or those fourth and fifth slots can both be utility Zetas that you apply to powerful Zetas on the other characters. Now, I'll leave you with a little pro tip. What's the most important Zeta in the game when you're an early player? It is the Zeta you have when you unlock Darth Traya. A lot of people I've seen lose respect for the utility of an early game Darth Traya leadership Zeta. A lot of people say APGAINS, Geonosians are a powerful team. Geonosians are awful. Terrible team, easily countered in the middle and late game. But they are super effective in the early game because there's not really a way to out damage their health and recovery. That's why the most important Zeta is always going to be the Traitor Leadership Zeta when you unlock Traya. I don't know why I clicked Galactic Republic and not Geonosians. Because it trivializes an entire squad and a squad that a lot of people put a lot of resources in. So if you imagine your GAC opponent has put a lot of resources into Gear 12ing or Relic, and 7-starring a full Geonosian team, and you just throw out a Gear 11, Gear 12 Traya with a couple of tanks and, maybe Nihilus or Scion or whatever, and then all of those resources have been completely wasted in your GAC, and you're at a huge efficiency advantage. So I'm going to leave you with that pro tip. A lot of you early game players kind of forget how important Traya's leadership Zeta, or maybe you're new enough to you don't even understand how beneficial having that Traya leadership Zeta is. We're trying to get 15,000 subscribers. When we do, we'll go to Capital Games headquarters, steal their one laptop, pull an Ocean 6.9, give everyone in the entire game one cup shard from APGAINS. If you guys want to be a part of that, subscribe. If you found this helpful, maybe like the video. Shout out to my 6%. We're past 8 minutes. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you later.